Hey guys, and welcome to the channel. Apologies if I look like absolute death. I've just woken woken up about 5-10 minutes ago. We're about to get underway here soon. Stefanos Tsitsipas will start us off on serve. Interestingly, actually, for those of you who have voted so far, it's actually 50-50, which is, to be fair, how I'm seeing this match, honestly. I've actually pipped Jannik Sinner to win, just because I think the surface will really suit this type of surface really suits his game. Interestingly, it's 36 degrees in Australia at the moment, in Melbourne. That probably suits, if I'm not mistaken, Jannik Sinner from Italy, and he's used to playing in those baking hot conditions, but then so would Tsitsipas as well, being from Greece, to be fair. But what I would say is that the hotter it is, the quicker the courts play. Of course, as we know, the balls fly through even quicker, and the court will play even quicker than it already is, which historically and in this tournament, the Australian Open courts have played very quickly. So you would imagine that that is an advantage for the Italian, who has a very aggressive baseline game. So let's see how this one pans. It's going to be really exciting. I'm actually very, very much looking forward to this one. I think it's going to be a lot more exciting than people might think, and potentially could be better than the other the other quarterfinal. Sorry, Medvedev versus Felix. Even though Medvedev versus Felix seems like a more glamorous quarterfinal, I think this one actually could be the more competitive one. But we'll see. Of course, Tsitsipas ranked at number 4 and Jannik Sinner at number 10. Tsitsipas has the favourable head-to-head at 2-1, but every time they played, it's been on clay. So that's a huge, huge advantage, obviously, for Tsitsipas, who's a very, very good clay court player, as we've seen winning Masters titles on clay and also making the final of the Roland Garros or the French Open, to put it bluntly. So I'm very much looking forward to this, and we'll see how Tsitsipas holds up physically, I think, given the fact that he had a 5-setter against Fritz as well. Jannik Sinner has not had any particularly grueling matches as of yet, so he's only actually dropped 1 set this whole tournament, so this is his first real test, I think, so far. Tsitsipas has already had a couple of those in this tournament already. So here we go. Tsitsipas will start us off, and hopefully we'll get underway here soon. Thanks as well, guys, for tuning in. Please remember to smash the like button if you don't mind. It really does help us out a great deal. This is going to be an intriguing match. I think it definitely will be an intriguing one. I don't think it's going to be the type of one that we're going to have a look, and next thing you know, someone's won the set 6-2. I think it's going to be a lot tighter than that. I think we're going to see some very, very close and near misses as well from both trying to break, etc. And yeah, as you can see now, if you are watching it live, you'll see the head-to-head is 2-1 with Tsitsipas leading it. But of course, all of those encounters were on clay, so that's a big, big advantage if you are Stefanos Tsitsipas, of course, because he's just so good on the clay. Jannik Sinner is not bad either, but Tsitsipas is definitely the superior player. I think we can safely say that. Tsitsipas in his very colourful and patterned Adidas shirt, Sinner in a mainly white but with a kind of orange panel going diagonally across the front of his shirt. And Nike have got some very interesting designs in this Australian Open tournament. Not quite sure what I think about it, to be fair, but each to their own. And I think some of them are quite cool, some of them are quite interesting. Maybe not the best, but yeah, not bad, not bad. Right. Hopefully we're going to get underway here soon. Would be nice to get started. Jannik Sinner, you can see him just getting sorted, making sure that everything's sorted out on his bench, and that's all good to see. So we'll see. Hopefully we're going to get underway here relatively soon. Yeah, it's a quarterfinal. Sinner versus Tsitsipas, or Tsitsipas versus Sinner, whatever way you want to slice it. Here we go. About to get underway here now, finally. And it will be Tsitsipas to start us off. Tsitsipas goes down the tee, or tries to anyway. First up, obviously, his more favoured serve on both sides, but it'll be a second serve here, early doors for Sinner. Second serve into the backhand goes into out, then backhand down the line from Sinner. Sinner goes down the middle again with a forehand this time, then goes cross court with forehand. Tsitsipas goes up the line with a forehand. Sinner steps in with the backhand cross court, then goes into him with a huge forehand, absolutely huge from the Italian. Love 15. I tell you what, this is definitely an indicator of what's to come. Just says, will you be covering PSL 7? Yes, I will be, a deal. I will be. That's the plan. That was a huge in-twin forehand from Jannik Sinner, absolutely massive from the Italian, and those type of exchanges are what we can look forward to, I think, in this match. In love 15, Tsitsipas, another second serve here for Sinner to have a look at. This is an opportunity for Sinner early doors here to go love 30 up. Oh, bad toss from Tsitsipas, so catches it. Oh, double fault. Double fault. And is he feeling the nerves a little bit here, Tsitsipas? Because I tell you what, he's gone into this, and apparently, according to someone in America, one of our subscribers, they said that Sinner is the favourite, which is a very interesting thing to hear about. Because I would have thought he would be the betting favourite, even though I don't bet in all countries. Anyway, love 30 here. Big serve down the tee, very good from Tsitsipas. Finds that first serve. Sinner goes wide with the return. So 15-30, and a much needed first serve from Tsitsipas. And he wants to avoid obviously having to save any break points early on in this first set. And being love 30 was not the ideal start, but at 15-30 now, he's thinking, come on, let's get another big first serve down the tee again. Exactly the same serve, mirror image, but on the ad side. And Sinner getting a racket on it, but not managing to make the return, clipping the line as well, actually, there of the service box. It's past 30 all, a very good recovery so far. Again, going down to again, finding the first serve. Sinner goes down the middle with a backhand return. Tsitsipas goes into him with a forehand, dictating in the point, and a beautiful into-in forehand that brings the error from Sinner, who goes long with the forehand. So 40-30 to Stefanos Tsitsipas. Very impressive. It's interesting. Look at the win predictor from Emphasis is saying that Tsitsipas has a 48% chance of winning. So it's pretty much 50-50, but they're actually saying that Sinner has the slight edge in this. Into and forehand from Tsitsipas. Tsitsipas goes cross court with a beautiful forehand on the run. Really impressive forehand cross court on the run from Tsitsipas for a winner. Bit short from from Tsitsipas, bit short from Sinner, and Tsitsipas manages to hold one love there. Ardan says Tsitsipas played 5 sets in a much harder last game. Sinner should be a lot fresher. Agreed, 100%. Obviously, that match, even against Fritz, would have taken a lot out of Stefanos Tsitsipas. You would imagine it was a very grueling match. Sinner, on the other hand, has only dropped 1 set, if I'm not mistaken, in the whole tournament, which is ideal, really, coming into this. So he will be fresh for sure. But yeah, I mean, it's interesting, right? Emphasis saying 50-50, well, 48% to 52%, but in favor of Sinner. And then in the poll as well on YouTube, you guys have gone 50-50 as well. Do remember to smash the like button, please, guys, if you don't mind, and subscribe if you haven't done so already. Do appreciate it. Love one here, and Sinner trying to go out wide with the first serve. Him making first serve is going to be crucial. That is a let, if I'm not mistaken. He needs to be making as many first serves as possible, Sinner. The second serve, we'll see how potent it is, but from what I remember, it's not great. First serve down the tee, good serve from Jannik Sinner. You can see that at 210 kilometers per hour. He's bulked it up a little bit, as I said in the preview for this match. 15 love, good start from the Italian on his serve. He's in all white with burgundy socks, the young Italian, and a white baseball cap. Trying to go out wide, Jannik Sinner, but goes into the net. So second serve here now for the Greek player to have a look at early doors here. Yeah, goes into the backhand, but Tsitsipas runs round it onto the forehand, then goes into out again. Backhand to the into out forehand of Tsitsipas. Tsitsipas has to play a backhand. Sinner traps him in that backhand corner. Then we go forehand to forehand and backhand to backhand. Tsitsipas slices. Sinner goes in to win with the forehand. Beautiful forehand though from the Greek player. Tsitsipas goes huge with that forehand cross court. And at the moment, interestingly, Tsitsipas is winning the longer rallies here. It was an in-to-win forehand from Sinner, but Tsitsipas on the run slaps that forehand cross court. It's a beautiful forehand, to be honest with you. It's all hands, and it's an unbelievable shot. Really, really impressive. 15 all. Really impressive from the Greek player, and I'm just wondering whether he's going to have to play that type of inspired tennis though the whole match, and if so, is he going to be able to keep up that level? I think is the biggest question mark more than anything, given how much tennis he's played already in this tournament. Return from Tsitsipas down the middle, cross court backhand. Sinner goes cross court with a backhand as well. Then comes in, goes into him with a forehand. Then goes up the line with that forehand, comes forward after a short ball from Tsitsipas. It's a volley opportunity, puts it away. That's really impressive. And that's something that he's definitely developed in his game, the Italian. Barely ever used to come to the net. It's not one of his strengths. That's a good approach shot cross court. He goes actually into the strength of Tsitsipas, which is the forehand, gets across to the passing shot and puts away the backhand volley. Very intelligent play from the Italian. 30-15 here, and he again, like Tsitsipas, won't want to have to be saving any early break points here. So we'll be hoping for a couple of big points here. Yeah, going out wide with that serve. So 30-15 here. And the Tsitsipas goes into it with a forehand, then into win. What a forehand from Jannik Sinner. That is absolutely huge from the Italian. He does love that into win forehand, and he's absolutely creamed that into the corner for a clean winner. That is absolutely huge from the Italian. Shorter return from Tsitsipas, just rears up on the backhand side. Sinner says, no, I'm going to take this on the forehand, goes into win with it, and gets around that backhand, which, to be honest with you, is a very, very effective shot and arguably better than his forehand anyway. But his forehand has improved a great deal, that it's now becoming more of a weapon that he can dictate in points with. Second serve, it's a big double fault. It's a big, big double. And he just kind of brushes it off though. But at 40-30 here, he's got one more game point in the bank. We need to make sure he converts this now, you'd imagine. Otherwise, it's going to get very messy at deuce. Thanks, guys, as well for tuning in. Do appreciate it. If you don't mind, please do smash the like button. It really, really does help us out. Big thumbs up button. And it doesn't cost anything. Same with subscribing as well to support the channel. Thank you very much. Do appreciate it. You legends. 40-30. Big serve into the body. Very intelligent serving from Sinner. Although I think it's a let. So called a let. So it will be another first serve opportunity for Sinner, but won't obviously be able to get that again. I wonder if he goes to the body again. No, it tries to go down the tee, right? Sometimes can kill you, the let, because you've just utilized the plan which actually worked. The second serve goes into the backhand, into out, even goes to Tsitsipas, then goes into in, huge into in forehand. Sinner slicing the forehand long. So Tsitsipas really, really on the front foot there straight away, trying to cash in on the second serve. Interestingly as well, he's still standing very far back on the return position, Tsitsipas. But what he did do very well, which to be fair, Medvedev does very well in general. Tsitsipas has gone very deep with the second serve returns into corners and knows that, look, if he's going to give himself that much time, he has to really make the return count. And that's what he's done there, to be fair. Doesn't do it all the time, and that's something that needs to be improved, I think. But It is something that he still is doing interesting. The second serve return position is actually further back than the first, so obviously expecting the big kick serve from Sinner. Tsitsipas goes down the line with the forehand and then into out. He's trying to make as many forehands here as possible. Huge forehand cross court from Sinner. It's a slice into the corner. Tsitsipas goes into out with a forehand, then goes into win. Huge forehand from Sinner, just missing the line. So Tsitsipas has an early breakpoint opportunity here at add up on the Italian serve. Interestingly, Tsitsipas managing to find a lot of forehands. Even there, Sinner after the return clipped the tram line on the backhand side. Tsitsipas, he said, "Nope, I'm still going to play a forehand, and I'm still going to hit a forehand." Managed to utilize his footwork really well there and make that into a forehand. Breakpoint opportunity here for the Greek player. Tries to go out wide. Clips the top of the net cord though and goes long, so it's a huge opportunity now here. Goes into the backhand side again. Tsitsipas going into out and very good return. Goes again into out on the forehand side. Goes down the goes into him with a forehand, and Sinner makes a mistake on the forehand side. Very interesting early break here for the Greek player. That is huge especially after he was love 30 down in his service game. Game duration of 6 minutes and 38 seconds, and Jannik Sinner will be disappointed considering he was 40-15 up and that double fault at 40-15. You might think back to that game and especially if he ends up losing this set and thinking, you know what, that was a big moment. Two love here, big serve down the tee from Tsitsipas, but just gone long. So it will be a second serve here. Yeah, now 62% of you saying Tsitsipas to win after the break. Very interesting. Loopy return from Sinner down the middle of the backhand, then goes cross court, and Tsitsipas goes into the net with his own forehand. So 2 love up here. Tsitsipas, but love 15 down in this game so far. At the moment, Tsitsipas just looks the more sure player of. It just looks the more assured player, I think. Good body serve, and Sinner goes into out of the forehand, return, then goes cross court with the backhand, goes down the middle of the backhand. Good depth though from the Italian, then goes cross court. He's just missed that forehand, just missed it. Tries to find the angle, and 15 all. But that's a pretty promising sign for Sinner because he was in that rally from start to finish, managed to actually push Tsitsipas, had the opportunity to put it away, just missed that forehand. Big opportunity. There you go. Tsitsipas goes down the tee with a huge serve. Absolutely loves that serve down the tee on both sides. It's a big serve at 216 kilometers per hour as well. And yeah, that's ace number 1 for the Greek player. Tries to go down the tee. Here we go. Second serve. Goes into the body, and Sinner just palms that forehand into the net. So 40-15 here, and a very good start to this service game for Stefanos Tsitsipas, and he's got 2 game points here now. Sinner needs to really make those second serve returns count. At the moment, not doing so. Tsitsipas netting the first serve. Second serve here for the Italian. Goes into the backhand side, into win from the Italian, and Tsitsipas goes along with the backhand, trying to go across court. And Sinner needs to be making Tsitsipas hit as many backhands as possible. I know he will be trying to do that anyways, but he really needs to be on top of that, trying to rush Tsitsipas in that backhand corner so that he has to hit a backhand rather than being able to run around it onto the forehand side, because I would say Tsitsipas' huge strengths are actually the into out and into and forehand, probably the best forehands that he hits. Huge serve out wide, then into out forehand, beautiful forehand, then goes into in. Sinner goes cross court with the forehand, just misses it and goes wide. Another opportunity there. He's moving relatively well, Sinner, to that into and forehand, but again, just missing the mark there. So a hold for Tsitsipas, and he's 3-love up here and a breakup. Sinner yet to get on the board here. Some signs of him having some success, but so far not in his favor. This match as it stands. Very interesting though, very interesting at 3-love down here. Interesting now to see what the Italian can muster up, because clearly going against him, how does he handle the how does he handle being a breakdown in a crunch match here in a quarterfinal? Does he embrace the pressure? Does he really take in his stride, or does he potentially crumble, which could happen. Really could happen. Either way, to be fair. Or we shall see. Guys, as well, quite a few of you in the chat. Do appreciate it. Please remember to smash the like button if you don't mind. And subscribe to the channel. Really does help us out a great deal. Thank you. Let me know as well your thoughts in the chat. If you've got some interesting thoughts on what's going on, what you think will happen, and also anything to do with tennis. All welcome. All right, love 3 here. Tsitsipas very much in control of this quarterfinal so far, and not really going the way we would have thought. I did think it was going to be very tight early on here. Obviously, still a long way to go, but at the moment, Tsitsipas very much in control. Serve from Sinner, out wide, and Tsitsipas goes cross court, and it's a huge forehand on the line from Sinner. Beautiful timing off his racket. He is such a pure striker of a tennis ball. The Italian, and from the baseline, he does make it look effortless in some instances for sure. To be fair, in most instances. Adil says Sinner will come back and take it to 5 to 4 sets or even. Okay. Yeah. I actually did predict Sinner in 4, but we'll see. We'll see. I went a bit, in my eyes, it was a little bit left field, but then a lot of people telling me that actually Sinner is a lot of the people's picks, I think. Second serve here. Goes in the backhand side, into out. Shorter return, though, from Tsitsipas. And Sinner hits a huge backhand cross court. 30-love. Really wrapping his wrists over that ball. Big topspin and clipping the line, if I'm not mistaken. This time, Tsitsipas with the return, just not getting it deep enough as he was in the previous games. Too short. Sinner cashes in. Good thing about Sinner as well is that backhand is so good that he doesn't need to run around it, really. At times, it's good to find different angles by running around it and being able to dictate. But honestly, backhand is such a weapon. Big serve down the tee from the Italian, and Tsitsipas goes along with that backhand return. So 40-love here, and the Italian having a lot more success on his serve to finding multiple first serves. Kadis is hoping for a massive comeback from Sinner. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Long way to go, right? I mean, obviously, it's not ideal for him to lose the first set. At the moment, that's what it's tracking towards, being a breakdown. But we'll see. Big serve down the tee, then goes into out with the forehand. Very good depth. And Tsitsipas tries to go backhand cross court. Just misses the baseline there, though. So it's a good hold and a good hold to love. 3-1 here, though. Tsitsipas very much still in control. Obviously, a breakup. Kadir says was quite shocked when I saw Sinner getting broken straight off the bat. That can happen, though. A little bit of pressure, a little bit of nerves, considering it's his, if I'm not mistaken, his first quarterfinal. And yeah, I mean, that can happen. He also had love 30 on Tsitsipas' serve at the start and didn't quite manage to make anything out of it. Big serve from Tsitsipas down the tee, 15-love, and I think Sinner's going to have to potentially make some sacrifices on the return there and maybe gamble at times, because the serve down the tee is just so prominent. This time he does try to go out wide, but the amount of first serves that he makes and the amount that end up going down the tee, I would imagine are very much correlated. Good second serve. Sinner does step in. It's an opportunity actually to drive the backhand cross court, but goes into the net. So that's a missed opportunity for the Italian. And in the end, a poor return. 30 love here. Tsitsipas just professionally getting through this serve. Good first serve down the tee, then into out forehand on the approach. Sinner reads it. It's a beautiful pass down the line with the backhand from Sinner as Tsitsipas just watches the ball fly past him. Really clean striking there from the Italian. It was the into out approach shot, but Sinner just read it so nicely. Kadir says Kanepi Swiatek was great to see the Swiatek comeback. Yes, she did the same thing against Kirsty as well, didn't she? Good second serve into and forehand from Tsitsipas, then goes into out. Oh, Tsitsipas tries to go down the line with the backhand for the pass again. This time, though, he goes into the net. That was a very, very crucial moment in this game. You feel, I mean, Sinner goes down the line and makes that pass again, and it goes to 30, and you're just thinking, okay, right, he's got a little bit of a, not a little bit, he's got a substantial inroad into this game. 40-15, huge serve out wide. Yep, and Sinner obliges with the return wide as well. So 4-1 here, Tsitsipas still in control, and he marches to get his towel, and he looks very dialed in here, and looks like he's here to just get the job done, to be honest with you. Knowing him, he'll definitely feel like he should be in the semi-finals, toot sweet. Kadir says, Swiatek won Roland Garros by redlining for 2 weeks, but to see her win without her playing her best. Yeah, I agree. I think obviously she had a phenomenal couple of weeks at Roland Garros that year. She since has had some, good results, but hasn't really been able to kick on, and we haven't seen her make slams and semi-finals of slams, for example, since that Roland Garros win. But she's been pretty solid, I think, but just not more than solid. Guys, well, we've got 20 of you in the chat, so thank you very much for tuning in. Great to have you guys tuning in at this time, especially if you're in the UK, considering it's like 6 a.m. Please do remember to smash the like button if you don't mind. It's a big thumbs up button. Really does help us out a great deal with the algorithm and with us growing. And do also subscribe to the channel as well for more content like this. And click the notification bell as well to get alerts to all the new videos. We are planning on doing Medvedev versus Felix as well. So FA later on today. As long as this match is not an absolute marathon, which to be fair it could be, and I feel absolutely dead after. That is the plan. That is the plan. So I'm going to try and soldier through both of these. But let's see how we go. Here we go, 1-4 down, and Jannik Sinner goes out wide with the first serve. Tsitsipas goes wide with the return. 15 love. Good start from the Italian. Kadir says, can't wait for FA Medi. I feel like this quarterfinal actually could be more competitive potentially, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Yeah. Oh, big serve from Sinner out wide, just missing that first serve though. So it'll be a second serve here to deliver to the Greek. Oh, into out forehand from Tsitsipas. Tsitsipas goes up the line with a forehand, but goes into the tram line. So 30 love. Sinner starting to have more success in the exchanges from the back of the court, which is what he would have been hoping for coming into this, considering how quick the courts are, how well he is striking the ball and does, in general, strike the ball. But he needs to be clever in his direction on the baseline. He can't just hit clean ground strokes down the middle. He needs to be very assertive, I think, in the rallies. Good serve down the tee. Then it's a interesting. A short return and Sinner slices. So does Tsitsipas, comes to the net actually, and he has opportunity to volley and put away a volley as well, Tsitsipas, but volleys long, so 40 love. A very, very interesting start here to this set and match. Sinner at 40 love at 1-4 down. Big serve out wide from Tsitsipas, from Sinner, goes into him with the forehand, and Tsitsipas obliges with the forehand long. That's a not missed opportunity, you would imagine, but at 40-15, I say at 40-15, but then Sinner double faulted and then got broken, right? So 40-30, anything can happen for sure. A 4-2 here to Stefanos Tsitsipas, and as I said, still a breakup. He's still very much in control, but you can see there's a slight momentum shift when it comes to the baseline rallies. Big serve down the tee, good return from Sinner. Yeah, there we go. And if he makes that return on the serve down the tee, which he should be ready to now return because it's Tsitsipas' favourite serve, then you just never know. The return's pretty damn decent like it was there. Tsitsipas could make the mistake as he just did as well. So love 15 here, and Tsitsipas under a slight bit of pressure here, a little bit of an inroad for the Italian early doors, and reading that serve nicely. Can he read it again? Goes out wide. Again, it's a good return from Sinner to get that, then whips the forehand cross court. Tsitsipas goes down the line with the forehand, too good from the Greek player. Just on the front foot from start to finish there. The serve was good. The return not bad at all. Managed to actually get good connection on it. Sinner didn't manage to go cross court. It was down the middle, but it was pretty deep. Tsitsipas, though, just controlling the rally, going cross court with the forehand, then going down the line. And it's just too big from the Greek player. Serve out wide. Again, it's a forehand return this time from Sinner. And Tsitsipas goes cross court to go behind Sinner for 30-15. I think for me, Sinner needs to be like there with that return. It was just too short, and then it's right into the forehand area. If he's going to go cross court with the return, which obviously is the safer return, he needs to get more depth on it. Easier said than done, of course. Big serve out wide again. It's a shorter return this time. Cross court on the backhand side. Tsitsipas comes to the net, and it's a beautiful pass from the Italian, whipping the forehand past the outstretched Tsitsipas. 30 all here, and he was very much on the back foot there, Sinner, but the backhand the line approach wasn't bad at all from Tsitsipas. The passing shot is just even better from the Italian. Here we go, 30 all. Big opportunity here for Sinner to open up his first break point of this set. Or let. It was a huge serve down the tee from Tsitsipas. It would have been an ace if not for the let. So Sinner will be thinking, thank you, God. 4-2 and 30 all here. Oh, big serve out wide. Sinner goes cross court with the forehand, then goes all the way across. It's a volley from Tsitsipas. Interestingly, Sinner started so far back on the first serve return position. I think he read the fact that Tsitsipas was probably going to go wide with the first serve, and he did, to be fair. Sinner, though, with a return, it just was way too short. Invited Tsitsipas forward with the forehand on the line, and then also invited him to come forward and volley, which is not what Sinner wants to be doing, to be honest with you. 40-30 here, and Tsitsipas doing very well in that little pressure point there. Second serve into the backhand, goes cross-court Sinner, but not great depth. And then an into-out forehand from Tsitsipas. Needs to do better on those second serve returns. Sinner, at the moment, he's just not putting enough on that second serve return. It's not quite deep enough either. 5-2 here, Tsitsipas. Very good hold in the end. Very solid. And now it will be interesting to see how this one all pans out. It says, hopefully my boy FA can make it through or at least tire Medvedev out. We shall see. It says, how do you rate Sinner's serve? Sinner's first serve has improved a great deal. I think last year it was almost a liability at times, to be honest with you. It was very similar to, if any of you have watched Djokovic when he first came on to tour. He clearly had the ingredients, and the ground strokes and all-round game, etc. But his serve was something that definitely needed improving, and he has evolved it a lot over the years, as we've seen. I feel like Sinner went through something similar when he first came onto the tour. His serve was definitely a weakness. Not enough pace on the first serve. Not enough spin. Not hitting his spots. It's still a work in progress, I think, but the speed is definitely up, and he's starting to hit spots better. So that's a plus point. The second serve, though, still leaves a lot to be desired, I would say. But again, it's a work in progress. But I think he will get to a stage where it's very potent. But at the moment, it's, as I said, at times, especially on the first serve, very effective, especially on these types of courts that are so quick. The second serve, not so much, but we'll see. We'll see. Especially in this, well, we'll definitely see in this match, right? Here we go, big serve. There we go. That's a fantastic start. Huge serve down the tee from Jannik Sinner. That's over 200 kilometers per hour. So that's a big boy serve from the young Italian. He'll be happy with that. Yeah, 201 kilometers per hour. Not bad, eh? Not bad. 15 love here for the Italian. Sinner goes down the tee, big serve, and the forehand from Tsitsipas goes long. So 30 love here, and obviously serving to stay in this set. Jannik Sinner, this set really has flown by, to be honest with you. Doesn't, I'm very surprised how quickly it's gone. Ardan says Djokovic would have won this Australian Open easy, in my opinion. I think Medvedev would have a bit to say about that, wouldn't he? Big serve out wide from Sinner, and Tsitsipas goes into the net, 40 love. I think obviously definitely the favourite if he had played it, no doubt. I mean, the only thing you would say is that given the whole situation, he wouldn't have had much practice. That's the only thing. Hadn't played any tournaments beforehand. So I think for him, it would have been a question of trying to get warmed up early in the earlier rounds, using that as match practice, obviously. But there's always a danger of potentially getting knocked out early on when you come in so unprepared. Big serve from Sinner going long though. But in saying that, he would have still been the favourite, no doubt. But Medvedev definitely very close behind. Goes down the middle with a backhand. Tsitsipas then goes cross court with a forehand. Sinner has an opportunity there to seal the deal on this game with the forehand on the line, but goes long. So 40-15 to the Italian. Right, 40-15 here. Kadir looks like it'll be a Nadal versus Medvedev final if we're looking at favourites. Yes. Although I think Berrettini's not going to be an easy matchup as someone who's a Rafa fan. A good second serve down the middle of the box from Sinner, and Tsitsipas goes into out with the backhand, with the forehand even, and goes wide. So 5-3 here to Stefanos Tsitsipas, and I'll tell you what, he's looking pretty damn good. Guys, we've got over 20 of you in the chat as well, so thank you very much for tuning in. Really appreciate it. Please do remember to hit the like button. We've got 8 likes. Let's get to like 15 likes if you don't mind. Please do smash the like button. Really does help us out. It's a big thumbs up button. It's quick, it's easy, it's free, doesn't cost anything. And same with subscribing as well. Thank you for tuning in, new legends. Right, Tsitsipas serving for the set at 5-3 here. Tries to go down the tee but misses it. Adil says Danny Medvedev practicing for his game later in the corridor, throwing the heavy ball on the wall and catching it. Nice. Neran says Chapeau broken the racket. Yep. Second serve from Tsitsipas into the body of Sinner. Sinner goes into the net with that return. Yeah, interesting. Kadir says, don't think Tsitsipas can trouble Medvedev. I really think he's got his number. I think on hard courts, he's obviously the huge favourite for sure, and the record suggests that. I think on clay, Tsitsipas is superior, and that's why we saw that in the Roland Garros quarterfinal. He beat him in pretty damn good fashion, to be honest with you. Beat him in straight sets, if I'm not mistaken. Some close sets, but managed to win straight sets. Big serve from Tsitsipas, but goes into the net. So second serve here. But on hard courts, Medvedev is definitely clearly, you can see the difference and see what surface each player specializes on when it comes to Tsitsipas and Medvedev. Second serve from Tsitsipas goes long, so 15 all here. Let's have a look at it. Yeah, it's just gone long, that second serve. Double fault from Tsitsipas. If I'm not mistaken, that's his second. Because to be fair though, Medvedev was sick or something, wasn't he? He definitely wouldn't have won still. Like he hadn't won a single match at Roland Garros until last year. So he hates the surface. He definitely played better at Roland Garros last year, and he will, I'm sure, make quarterfinals, semi-finals, maybe even a final going forward. I can't see him winning it, but I can see him going deep, having a chance. But it's not his. It's not a surface that will ever be natural to him, just because the way he plays hits so low of the net. Huge forehand from Tsitsipas into out, then a volley and another volley as Sinner gets to the first one, but Tsitsipas puts away the second volley with ease. 40-15 and 2 set points here for the Greek player. This has been an impressive set from him. He's played some very, very solid tennis. And we saw against Fritz, there were moments and periods where he was mishitting ground strokes, and shanking stuff, just looking a bit erratic. He hasn't been like that at all. He's playing like his seeding suggests. Good serve, down the tee, and then Sinner goes cross court with the forehand. Tsitsipas tries to slice defensively on the forehand side, but goes into the net. Narun says, why could Shapovalov win quarterfinal against Rafa? But he lost. What do you mean? He lost that quarterfinal. Played yesterday. Obviously, we covered it on the channel. 40-30 is set point number 2 for Stefanos Tsitsipas. A huge serve down the tee. Sinner goes in through the tram lines. 6-3 to Stefanos Tsitsipas in this first set. He goes one set up here, and he's a third into the he's a third of the way into the semi-finals here. His biggest disappointment in this Australian Open, I'd say, is Zverev. Yeah, so that was a big, big disappointment. I think Osaka losing to Anisimova was the actual, if you take it as an isolated match, it wasn't a huge disappointment. It was a really close match. Anisimova save break match point, at 5-4 down in the third, serving, and then eventually went on to win a super tie break. So that can happen, right? Osaka didn't play badly either. But what the biggest disappointment for me was the fact that we didn't get to see Barty versus Osaka because of that. So we were about to see Barty versus Osaka in the fourth round. If Osaka had beaten Anisimova, she lost, so we didn't see it, obviously. That would have been a cracker. It really would have been. And for me, probably would have been the best match of the women's draw. As early as the fourth round, but unfortunately didn't get to see it. Guys, do remember to smash the like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Really does help us out. Let's go through the stats for the set. Tsitsipas 2 aces compared to 1 for Sinner, 2 double faults so compared to 1 as well for the Italian. Look at that first set percentage. That needs to improve from Sinner in the next set. 48% is really not good enough. For Tsitsipas, 62%, which is okay. But what's interesting here as well is that if he does make more first serve Sinner, you'd imagine he'd have a lot more success on the serve and actually probably avoid getting broken, because look at that first serve points won percentage, 100% for Sinner. He's won 10 out of 10 points on the first serve or behind the first serve, which proves that it is an effective weapon, but he needs to make a lot more of them. In terms of Tsitsipas, 78% of first serve points won, which is not bad at all. But on the second serve, you can see a huge difference with Sinner there, 100% to 45%. So not ideal. Needs to be trying to make as many first serves as possible. And for Tsitsipas, 55%, which isn't bad either. When it's unforced errors, 8 for Sinner, 7 for Tsitsipas. In terms of the winner count, unforced errors at 9 each. As Sinner goes out wide to start us off here with a serve. Here we go. Backhand cross court, backhand to backhand rally here though. Tsitsipas goes in to win with the forehand, then goes in to win again with the forehand, and Sinner goes into the net. So love 15 here. Sinner starting us off. Needs to be careful. Doesn't want to get broken early in the second set, otherwise it could be curtains. Adil says Barty versus Osaka would have been a must-watch game if it happened. Shame it didn't happen, and Anisimova beat her and knocked her out. Yep. Yeah, she did, and Yeah, for me that's been the biggest disappointment because when the draw happened, it was like surely that's going to happen, and they didn't really have anyone super dangerous. But Nisimova came out swinging, which played really well. Big serve from Sinner out wide for an ace, and that's a huge serve to start us off. No Ruin says very sorry Chapeau couldn't win, but this match was that match was so amazing. I thought Dennis won. Sorry, no, it's okay, no problem. Kadir says Barty would have taken that. In my opinion. She's looking unbeatable this Australian Open. Yeah, she was definitely the favourite, I think, considering how Osaka's playing as well. She hasn't played a lot of tennis. Last year, she didn't play much, did she, at all, because of the mental health issues. Second serve into the forehand of Tsitsipas. Sinner goes cross court with the forehand, good angle found, but Tsitsipas had an opportunity there to go down the line with a forehand and open up 15-30. Goes into the net. So that will be very interesting. And also, that's really cool. In his box, or just above his box, for anyone that watches boxing, it is Stefanos Tsitsipas has actually got George Kambosos Jr., who's a world champion at lightweight. He's actually in Stefanos Tsitsipas's box. Good serve from Sinner down T, and Tsitsipas goes into the tram lines. So that's quite cool, seeing George Kambosos Jr. there. All right, 40-15 here to Jannik Sinner. And this is much better from the Italian, having a lot more comfort behind his serve early doors here in the second set. Yeah, good serve again into the body. And Tsitsipas goes long with the forehand. Much, much better from Sinner. And a fist bump there to his box to say, yep, I'm in this match now. I'm in front, and for the first time in a set, he is in front. One love here, obviously serving first. Interesting. The dynamic's always interesting as well to see how each player reacts to winning a game. For Tsitsipas, he will now be thinking, well, I'm serving second, need to really look after my serve. But for Sinner, I think serving first and managing to get on the board early on here in the second set is a big, big plus. Gets broken, and I just don't know how it would go. But interestingly, the win predictor before was 48% for Tsitsipas. Now it's 62% after winning that first set. So clearly a big, big boost in that percentage. And he starts off with a beautiful slice serve out wide on the due side. 15 love for an ace. Is Serena finished now? Would you say she can't win a slam again? Says Kadir. I don't think she's finished. I think she will have a run, probably at Wimbledon. Big serve down the tee from Tsitsipas again. This time, Sinner trying to get something on it at least, but frames it away into the crowd. So 30 love here. Very good start from Tsitsipas on his serve. Very, very tidy. Big serve from Tsitsipas, clips the top of the net cord and drifts along. So again, here we go. Second serve for Sinner. Goes cross court. Oh, it's a missed opportunity for the Italian. Whips the forehand cross court, but goes into the tram lines. That's a big, big mistake, and it would have given him at least some type of inroad into the Tsitsipas serve if he managed to win that point. But now at 40 love down, Tsitsipas looks like he's going to hold pretty comfortably, but he will have to do it with a second serve if he wants to hold to love. Here we go. Goes into the forehand side of Sinner, slicing Tsitsipas into the net though. So 40-15 here. Yeah, I think Wimbledon is her best bet, and I think she will make a decent run there. Yeah, deal, I've heard about that, but no more. Only tennis chatter, deal. You get sidetracked. It's a tennis stream. Right, 40-15 here to Tsitsipas. Goes down the tee, and yes, Sinner goes long. Kadir says, oh God, now Kadir's going on about it. Ngannou Fury is not exciting, Kadir, at all. It's just a gimmick. 1-1 here, and Sinner is doing okay. Guys, we've actually got 35, 40 of you in the chat, so I really do appreciate you guys tuning in. Please do remember to smash the like button, please, if you don't mind. Really does help us out. It's a big thumbs up button. It's quick, it's easy, and it just helps us grow and helps with the channel. And then also, if you don't mind subscribing as well, that really does help us out. Clicking the big red button on top of clicking the notification bell as well to get alerted to all the new videos. Tsitsipas slicing into the tram lines. Oh, very interesting. Because it says, yeah, it's an exciting gimmick. It's nowhere near as exciting as an undisputed fight, but that's all I'm going to say on that because we're talking about tennis. But I will do a video actually on that because I haven't done as many boxing videos as I should be doing. Right, anyways, here we go. 15 love and Sinner looking to have another comfortable service game. His second serve into the forehand, into win from Tsitsipas, then goes cross court, forehand on the line from Sinner, and Tsitsipas goes cross court with a backhand, into win again from Tsitsipas, and goes cross court with a forehand. Sinner goes down the line with a forehand, backhand to backhand here. Oh, Sinner tries to absolutely crunch that backhand down the line, but goes into the tram line. So 15 all here. That backhand from Sinner is such a good weapon. It's very, very underrated. I know a lot of people talking about how his forehand is a weapon and that's improved a lot, but his backhand at times, anyway, last year even, to be fair, there was matches where he was hitting more backhand winners than forehand winners. Guys, we've got nearly 50 people in the chat. Thank you very much for tuning in. Please remember to smash the like button, please, and subscribe to the channel if you don't mind. Really does help us out. New legends, thanks for tuning in. Big serve from Sinner out wide. Return goes cross court from Tsitsipas. Then we're into the rally here now. Backhand to backhand. Good angle found from Tsitsipas on the backhand. Cross court. Then goes down the line. Goes into out. Sinner goes cross court with a backhand. Goes into win with his own forehand. Tsitsipas goes down the line. And that's the issue. Sinner, when he's hitting that into in forehand, he really needs to nail it into the corner. And the reason why is because Tsitsipas is so good at getting round onto that forehand side, moving towards that forehand side to his right, and then also hitting that forehand down the line in response. He really does hit it cleanly and moves extremely well to that side. So if Sinner's going to utilize that into win forehand, he really needs to make sure it's raining. Well, interestingly, I think there are a couple of raindrops there, actually, if I'm not mistaken. Sinner steps in, goes cross court with a backhand, then goes in to win. Forehand down the line from Sinner, slice from Tsitsipas. Sinner goes into out with a forehand, then crunches the backhand cross court. Backhand again from Tsitsipas, into win from Sinner. Huge into win forehand, and that's 30 all. So it's interesting, obviously, if it's raining, whether they'll put the roof on. Also, I'm assuming. Oh, it's very cloudy. I'm assuming, right, that it's going to cool down a little bit then if there's going to be rain, which would actually suit Tsitsipas. It says rain was predicted for tonight's match, especially during FA Medvedev. That will suit Medvedev. He plays well indoors as well. Good serve from Sinner down the tee, backhand to backhand here now, especially serving, right? Huge from Tsitsipas down the line, though, 40-30. Thing is, for Medvedev as well, for his serving, to be serving indoors is going to be a nightmare for Felix to return. Huge from Tsitsipas, by the way, down the line there. Backhand from Sinner goes cross court, not great depth, and the backhand on the line just swerving, hitting the line as it goes past. Beautiful backhand. Zero Bob says Tsitsipas's backhand is nice. It is, yeah. One-hander, very aesthetically pleasing. It can be very erratic at times, but at the moment it's working quite well. Hasn't hit a lot of unforced errors on that side when he's had to hit it. Second surface, Tsitsipas goes into out with a forehand. Oh, he's missed that, hasn't he? No, he hasn't. He's clipped the line. Backhand to back. Oh, he's got the break here. Oh dear, Sinner is not being able to hold firm on his serve. He makes the mistake and goes into the tram lines. 2-1 up here, Tsitsipas. He gets another early break. This time it's in the second set, and he's very much in control of this quarterfinal tie. Sinner, it looks like it could be too early for him here because at the moment he's struggling a great deal. John Yestic or Justic says, does Sinner have a chance? He definitely has a chance. I mean, it's funny because you say, does he have a chance? Before this match, Emphasis, the predictor was saying that he had a 52% chance of winning before this match started, and Tsitsipas a 48%. So they were backing Sinner to win. A lot of the odds makers apparently around the world were actually backing Sinner. But I think at the moment, Tsitsipas just showing and his experience, and also his level has not dropped. He's definitely stepped up to the plate here. Sinner has crumbled, unfortunately, under the pressure when he has had to save break points and hasn't been able to bring up any break points of his own. So a lot of, uh, and there's an experience, a gulf of experience. Yeah, and as Kadir says here, rightfully, just shows the golfing experience between the top five and the rest of them. There definitely is, right? But it just takes one player to break through and get that signature win. A lot of people thought it would be Sinner today. At the moment, it's not looking like that. There's still a long way to go, but let's see. This is about 3-0 seems like it. It's like 3-1, 3-1 now. Fair enough. Guys, over 50 of you in the chat, thank you very much for tuning in. I really do appreciate your legends for doing so. Please do remember to smash the like button. Only 9 likes. Come on, guys. Let's get it to at least 20 likes, if not 25. Please do smash the like button. It is quick, it's free, it's easy. Please do support the channel if you don't mind. And also do subscribe to the channel as well. It's a big red button, and it really does help us out. Liking and subscribing to the channel. The chair umpire, the umpire's chair is hilarious. It's like mechanical, it goes up and down. On top of that, if you want to get alerted to new videos, we're doing multiple streams per day on top of roundups, reviews, previews of matches each day for the Australian Open, on top of doing collaborations and all sorts for it. Do get involved and click the notification bell to get alerted to all new videos. But liking and subscribing really does help us out. I know I talk about it a lot, as it looks like it's raining a heavy amount, so they are going to put the roof on, so there's a break in play here. But yeah, if you don't mind, please do like and subscribe. It really does help us out. I know I say it a lot, but we are growing as a channel, and any help towards that is greatly appreciated. Ben Frank says, boycott tennis, support medical freedom. Oh, come on, guys. I'm going to boycott tennis just because of one bad decision, which, by the way, wasn't even because of tennis. It was nothing to do with tennis. It was to do with politics. So it was a political decision. Yeah, you can see there quite heavy rain, very, very large raindrops as well. You can see it so clearly on the screen. They're just wiping up the court, wiping up the lines. Not really sure what they're going to do. They're just kind of wiping the floor. They're ball boys, ball girls, but not really sure what you're supposed to do about it. Yeah, the huge drops of rain on the court. Very interesting. In terms of what's happening so far, for those of you who have just tuned in or maybe are not watching, the first set, Tsitsipas got a break early on, straight away actually, in that first set, so ended up going 3-love up. And Stefanos Tsitsipas' dad saying, why are they not putting the roof up? He's always involved, right? Ben Franklin says the other professionals are still playing. They don't support medical freedom. But you don't know that, Ben. They just want to play tennis, buddy. They're not politicians. They just want to play tennis. It's what they love to do. It's their profession. Adil says, rain, rain, go away. Come again another day. Tsitsipas wants to play, lol. Yeah, you can. It's funny because his dad was saying close the roof. Tsitsipas is like, the reason why Tsitsipas wants to play is because he's got the momentum now, right? So this rain interruption is a good thing for Sinner. Gives him time to just collect himself and have a think about what he should be doing in this match. He needs to really have a wonder about what tactics he should be employing, and also get in the game, get mentally into this game and this match, because at the moment he's being outplayed really here and outmaneuvered. I think the experience is obviously a huge, huge advantage, no doubt, but that shouldn't be the reason why he loses this. He needs to be very solid. Needs to ensure that he is being solid as well. Adil says, rain, go away, come again another day. Tsitsipas wants to play low. Ben Franklin says, Djokovic loves tennis and just wants to play. Yeah, I do know that, and I'm not disputing that, Ben. I think he says every tournament he's played, he says, okay, he's zero threat. I don't think you can say he's a zero threat, Ben, when you're not a medical expert. Neither am I, so I'm not going to say he's a threat or not a threat. But what I would say is that it's not up to us, and it's a political decision. And really, I don't really want to talk about it anymore because who cares? And then when I say who cares, he's not here. It's a huge miss. The tournament's better without him. He's the world number one. We obviously wanted to see him at the tournament, so it's a huge miss, no doubt. But there's nothing we can do about it, and I think it's stupid to boycott tennis because the other tennis players haven't done anything wrong, and neither has he. Fine, but in a lot of people's eyes, and got mistreated. As I think it's fair to say that he did get mistreated, but in terms of the decision, etc., whether it's right or wrong, that's up to you and your opinion on how they dealt with it, etc. But in terms of the players here, there were rules set out. They followed them. I'm not really sure why you'd have a go, not be happy with that happening. It's so funny because look at all the ball guys and ball boys just clearing the court. It is a Sinner can regroup and get back. This rain break is going to favour Sinner. Agree with you, Fazan. Yeah, I think definitely going to favour him there. Ben says if you're unvaccinated, you need to test daily to play any of these tournaments. He's literally zero threat. Okay. But again, why are we talking about this, Ben? He's not there. You just need to get over it. As in, I know it sounds really bad, but as in, we've had this situation. People talk about it for weeks. We're now, into the back end, quarterfinal stage of this Australian Open. I think you just need to, just say, okay, it is what it is. If you feel so strongly about it, write a letter to the Australian government and to Tennis Australia. There's nothing I can do about it. Ardan says, Ben, I wanted Djokovic to play, but no point moaning about it now. Thank you. Yes, exactly. What's the point? You had your chance to talk about it loads. Let's get over it. But very well said, Ardan. Ben says, just disheartening. Where I live, I can't go to my favorite food joint anymore. 20 years. I've been going that all because I don't want something my wedding, so I will. Okay, so this is a personal thing. Well, look, this isn't a COVID channel or a chat really where I can give you advice on it. I'm not a medical expert. I'm here to watch the tennis and talk about tennis. Unfortunately, I'm sorry to hear that. Obviously, but yeah, I mean, not really sure what to say, to be fair. But yeah, anyways, in terms of the match, a little bit of a break here, which isn't ideal, of course, but so far so good for Stefanos Tsitsipas. He's looked extremely good in this match. Got early breaks in both sets. Obviously, he hasn't managed to take the second set yet, but he is a break up at 2-1. Sinner has just looked a little bit overawed by the occasion at times. I think he's had opportunities to open up break points, pass Tsitsipas at the net at times. There have been near misses where he's just missed the baseline or just missed the tram lines. It's interesting because towards the start of the set in the first set, he was, I think he'll know that he was being way, way too passive down the middle of the court, and then realized that, hold on, this is not the right tactic to employ because Tsitsipas was started to dictate in the points really quickly. And also the other thing I have to say, and I'm not quite sure whether it's the right tactic, is Sinner utilizing that in forehand. Now, I don't think that's the right tactic. If I was Sinner, I would actually, he's got such a good backhand. I'm not, if I'm him and I realize that, hold on, if I go run around the backhand, and I go in, I'm not, yeah, and I go into, and I know that it's going to give Tsitsipas more time to get round to that forehand of his, give him more of a chance to hurt me with his forehand. You either say, okay, well, I'm going to go into out, which to be fair, Sinner hasn't actually gone into out a huge deal, or you go backhand on the line. Now, he's got a very good backhand. Why not take it early and go down the line with it? And it just gives Tsitsipas less time into his backhand. And I think that's a much, much better. Um, yeah, I just think it's a much, much better tactic, honestly. Guys, we've got over 60 people in the chat as well. Thank you very much for tuning in. Please do remember to smash the like button if you don't mind. It's the big, big thumbs up button. It's quick, it's free, it's easy. It really doesn't cost anything. Really does help us out as well. So I would appreciate it. We would appreciate it here. We are growing. So any help towards that is greatly appreciated. And do also subscribe to the channel if you don't mind. Again, really, really does help us out. We're trending towards, well, no, if possible, pretty ambitious target, but I'd like to get to 2,000 subscribers by the end of the Australian Open, and we're pretty close. So any help towards that is really, really greatly appreciated. And also click the notification bell if you want to get alerts to all the new videos. The roof, I think, is it on? It looks like it. Yes, it is on. I think now, if I'm not mistaken. Adil says 8 ground soft on each side with towels, trying to make the conditions playable. Yeah, that's fair. And Gustav Batajachi says, I'd like Sinner to win over Tsitsipas. Yeah, I mean, at the moment, it's not looking likely given that he's a set and a breakdown. But in saying that, we've seen stranger things happen in tennis, and that's why we love the game so much. So we shall see how it all pans out. But at the moment, Tsitsipas definitely in control. He's also, I think, for Sinner, as I said, he needs to rethink some of the tactics he's been employing, and it'll be interesting to see if he does either start going predominantly more into out to the backhand of Tsitsipas, or then going down the line early, which would be a very, very good tactic. Personally, I think. I'm not sure why he wouldn't do it. I think he needs to back himself on that backhand side. He's very, very good on the backhand side, and as I said earlier on the stream, and have said a couple of times, I genuinely think his backhand, maybe not now because forehand's improved a lot, but in the past, last year, for example, I thought his backhand was the better shot out of the two, and not because it was just more consistent, but I thought it was more hurtful, had more velocity on it, and just was finding better angles. And I think there were stats to prove that he was hitting it cleaner than his forehand. Gustav says, that's interesting as well. Says the closed roof indoor condition is ideal for Sinner. Yeah, and I think the fact that obviously he's now had a chance to regroup is a huge, huge advantage for sure. I'm just going to get a quick tissue. So 1 second. Yeah, I mean, it's a huge advantage, I think, for sure. I think Tsitsipas would handle the outside conditions better. But Sinner indoors, I think he'll enjoy it. It'll be even quicker, to be fair. It's interesting because it started raining and being a bit cooler, and I thought, okay, well, actually, this will suit Tsitsipas, right? But now the roof is closed, can get really hot and humid in there. You just imagine that Sinner's going to have some success. P says Tony Kyrgios wins the Australian Open, if not singles and doubles. That sounds really harsh to say, but not many people care about the doubles. I know, don't kill me for saying that, but like, I should watch the doubles more, but I should cover it more as well, to be honest. It's really bad. Collins, by the way, just playing really well against Cornet in the other quarterfinal earlier today, managing to win 7-5 and 6-1 in the end, if I'm not mistaken. Really impressive stuff from the American. She's such a big hitter as well, and she just played so consistently. 7-5, 6-1, and Cornet made her first ever quarterfinal in the Grand Slam, which is great to see. But Collins is just playing some inspired tennis right now. Ragmus points says, what do you think? What do I think? I think Sinner needs to really use this this rain break to regroup, which I'm sure he will be doing, and rethink his tactics, because at the moment it's not working what he's doing. And he keeps on going this way. It's going to be tough. I think we've had a couple of people in the chat rightfully say that the indoor conditions will, I think, be a plus for Sinner as well when we do restart. He hits a very clean ball, and hopefully, he will be able to start being able to dictate better in the points where tactics being employed. I think using that in forehand into the strength of Tsitsipas is a very dangerous tactic. You're playing with fire, and if you're going to hit that in forehand, you have to really back yourself to hit it clean, and hope that Tsitsipas is not able to hit a clean forehand back in return. And if you're not, then you're going to be in trouble for sure. In terms of Sinner as well, and I think it's interesting. He came to the net a couple of points and then stopped doing that. He actually volleyed quite well at the net. I thought needs to be more varied in his play. Right, we are warming up here again because we've had a break. Ragnar says, who will win? I think, before this, the predictor was saying that it was slightly in favor of Jannik Sinner at 52%. After the first set, 52% even, sorry. After the first set, it went very sharply in favor of Tsitsipas at 68%. Given that he's a set and a break up, I think it's very tough to say that he won't win now. But, we've got a long way to go. But if you were a betting man, which I'm not, then you'd put money on Tsitsipas at this point in time. Guys, we've only got 11 likes and there's 60 of you in the chat. Come on, guys. Help a brother out. Please do smash the like button if you don't mind. Really do appreciate it. And subscribe to the channel as well. Really, really does help. Do appreciate it. Thanks for tuning in. Right, just warming up their server as well. So it's like a little mini warm-up again. Obviously, we said that the conditions will suit Sinner in terms of it playing even quicker. But what I would say is that the serve now is going to be even more crucial, and we should see more consistent serving. Obviously, indoor conditions are much better for serving, and honestly, Tsitsipas has been serving really well, so that could also be an advantage for the Greek player. So we'll see how it all pans out. Tsitsipas will serve first, so I think that's actually an advantage for Sinner. You don't really want to be serving first in new conditions. He's 2-1 up now as well, so if Sinner's going to break, this might be a good opportunity to make some inroads here and get a potential break back. You can see there, it actually looks like it was raining, but it's kind of on and off from what the cloud suggest even. Some breaks in those clouds, but being the weatherman I am, of course. But who knows? I'm assuming they will try and take it off for Medvedev FA, but I'd imagine now it'll stay on for a large period of time. It'll stay on for the rest of this match anyway, for sure. And they might just think it's easier to keep it on for the whole match and then the whole day as well. And Collins beating Cornet in that earlier quarterfinal, as I said. So it will be Swiatek versus Collins in the one semi-final. And then the other, it will be Barty versus Madison Keys. So very interesting, Madison Keys versus Barty, and then Swiatek versus Collins. So we will have a new Australian Open finalist, and we'll also have a new Australian Open champion on the women's side, because Madison Keys, Ash Barty, Swiatek, and also Collins, none of them have won the Australian Open. Which is quite exciting, to be honest with you. Quite cool to see. Right, here we go. 2-1. And it's finally going to get underway here again after a bit of a rain delay. So it's like they're playing cricket. Get the covers on. 2-1 here to Stefanos Tsitsipas. And a huge opportunity, though, I would say, for Sinner to break. Here we go. Big serve, misses it. Yeah, here we go. Needs to make it count now. Here's Sinner. Second serve, down the tee. Sinner goes up the line with the backhand, then goes cross court with the backhand, clips the net. Oh, Stefanos Tsitsipas clips the net with the backhand and stays on his side. So love 15. Here we go. Sinner with a fist bump. He's looking very, very much up for this. Yeah, love a 15. Tsitsipas will want that first serve. He does find it. Sinner goes long with a forehand return. He looks disappointed. He should do as well because that was an opportunity into his forehand side and also into his hitting zone as well. Didn't have to move too much for that, to be fair. 15 all. Big serve down the tee. Sinner again going long with the return. Needs to improve that returning. If it's going, he's barely having to move. Needs to do a lot better. Mauricio says Quiesta Pasando. I'm not sure what that means. Maybe it doesn't mean who's winning at the moment. If so, then Tsitsipas. Big into-win forehand from Tsitsipas after a short return from Sinner. 40-15 here. And he is dominating even in the restart. Sinner needs to somehow weather this storm because Tsitsipas has not let the rain break harm him at all. Big serve out wide from Tsitsipas, and the forehand from Sinner goes long. So 3-1 here, and consolidating the break. Stefanos Tsitsipas, very, very impressive. Here we go. Sinner 1-3 down here. This is so crucial now. He need every service game. He'll need to hold from here on out in this set, and then hope that he can get some opportunities on the Tsitsipas serve. 1-3 down, goes big, clips it off the net cord and stays on his side. So it'll be a second serve here. Yeah, goes out wide, pretty tentative second serve as well into the forehand. Tsitsipas gets away with it though. We're into the rally. Backhand to backhand. And Tsitsipas miscues the backhand and goes long. Can't blame the conditions as well because the roof's on. He can't be like, the sun's in my eyes or the wind's. It's really windy because as soon as you frame it indoors, that's it. You know, it's just you. No other factors to that. Right, 15 love here, Jannik Sinner. Big serve out wide, really big serve, and the return just going long, much better from Jannik Sinner. Right, 30 love. Needs an easy service game. Just get him up and running here, Sinner. Yep, good serve. Is it? Oh, it was, but they're saying it's just gone long, so it'll be a second serve here. Second serve down the middle of the box. Tsitsipas goes down the... Oh, he goes down the line with the backhand. Huge backhand from Tsitsipas. Comes forward. Oh, he misses the in-to-win. That is a bad miss. He set up the point so nicely. It was a forehand on the line that set up that attacking point for Tsitsipas, then came forward with a huge backhand on the line. It's absolutely monstrous, to be honest with you. Sinner surviving, just managing to pour it over the net. It's a short ball for Tsitsipas to put away into the open court and misses it completely. Bizarre. A big serve from Sinner down tee and hold to love. That's a good hold from the Italian. He stays in touching distance here, but Stefanos Tsitsipas still in control at a set and a break up at 3-2 here in the second set. Guys, we've got like 50 of you in the chat, but only 12 likes. Come on, guys. Help a guy out. Please do smash the like button if you don't mind. It's quick, it's free, it's easy, doesn't cost you anything. It's a big thumbs up button if you don't mind. It would be greatly appreciated. And same for subscribing as well. We're on the road to 2K subs, so any support towards that is greatly appreciated. Really, Great to have you guys tuning in, you legends. Thank you for getting involved. Adil says, Fazan, how's the coverage on Eurosport? Are they skipping any points like last matches, or is it okay? I'm a bit behind from the channel. The channel I'm on is a bit behind. Yeah, Eurosport is skipping. Like, it's on the whole, it's been okay. But every match, there's at least 1 or 2 points where the adverts are going on for too long, and then you go back and you're either in the middle of the first point of the game, um, or like you just completely missed it, and they show the replay. I'm like, what the heck is going on? Like, just crazy. I'm like, please sort it out. But they don't cut the ad short, basically, and they don't time it very well at times. Yeah, basically they're not willing to cut the ads, which is a bit stupid. But anyway, 3-2 here. Tsitsipas and looking to consolidate the break again. Big serve out wide. Sinner goes short with a forehand. Tsitsipas comes forward and puts away the forehand into the open court down the line. So very, very good from Stefanos Tsitsipas. Good start to this service game. He's looking very, very solid, the Greek player, to be honest with you. Big serve down the tee. Sinner goes down the middle with the forehand. Deep return. Goes down the line with the forehand. Backhand to backhand here now. Tsitsipas goes into out though. Sinner crunches the backhand cross court. Tsitsipas goes up the line with the backhand. And then forehand to forehand here. Sinner clips the top of the net cord and goes out. And I tell you what, that's impressive from Tsitsipas, because the backhand to backhand exchanges, I would have expected Sinner to really be on top in those, like substantially on top in those exchanges. However, Tsitsipas is doing really well to actually, in some of the points, even have the momentum on that exchange. Oh, that's big. Big serve out wide from Tsitsipas, then goes down the line with the forehand. Huge forehand. Really impressive stuff. But yeah, the backhand has actually been very good today. And look, it can be erratic at times, but today it definitely hasn't let him down. It's been very, very solid. The backhand, which is good to see. Serve out wide again from Tsitsipas, then goes into in with the forehand, but goes long. Yeah, he looks disappointed with that, as you would expect. Right, 40-15 here. Tsitsipas he's not, I don't think he's had to save a single break point, if I'm not mistaken. We'll go through the stats at the end of this set, but from what I know, yeah, big serve out wide from Tsitsipas. Really impressive stuff. Sinner scrambling to try and get a return back and goes into the net. So very impressive stuff from the Greek player, and he is in control here at 4-2 now. Really impressive stuff from him. Here we go. Big from Sinner out wide with the serve, then goes down the middle with the forehand into win, goes Tsitsipas. Tsitsipas then comes forward, goes down the line with the forehand. It's a volley opportunity. Volleys at the net. Oh, Sinner passes him though. It's a beautiful pass. Just whips the forehand round that backhand side of Tsitsipas, and a bit of a fist bump there from Sinner. 11 winners each now for both. Much better from Sinner. Much, much better. I mean, he was on the back foot there, but defensively good in that point, and then managing to put the finishing touches to that point with a beautiful forehand whipped round the Greek player. He's been working out as well. Bit of bicep there. Very impressive. Big serve from Sinner trying to go out wide, just missing the line though. So second serve here now for Tsitsipas to have a look at. But he's definitely been in the gym, Sinner. Looking pretty beefy on those arms. Into in forehand, and then Tsitsipas goes up the line with the forehand as well, slicing short. Sinner slices into the backhand corner, good slice deep, but it's a huge forehand from Tsitsipas. It just goes long, actually. It was an into-out forehand, and 8 unforced errors each for Sinner and Tsitsipas on the forehand. So 8 unforced errors on the forehand side for both players. 30 love here for Sinner, and looking a lot more comfortable now on the serve, especially in this game so far. Big serve down the tee from Sinner, then comes forward. It's a drop shot. It's a beautiful drop shot as well from Sinner. Fantastic touch and feel from the Italian. Really, really, really impressive stuff. Good to see. Much better as well. Much, much better from Sinner. That's what he needs, though, right? Variation. He needs to change it up at times. Big serve from Sinner out wide and just going long. So it will be a second serve here. Oh, big serve, really big serve. Serve volley, here we go. Oh, that was an interesting tactic to utilize. I did say mix it up, but I'm not quite sure the serve volley is the right move for Sinner. Goes out wide with the serve, comes forward, but it's a very good return. And there's a serve volley on the second serve as well. That volley, he just loops it up, and he's a sitting duck really at the net there for Tsitsipas to pass him on the forehand side. Here you go, 40-15. Big serve from Sinner, clips the line, then comes forward and into out forehand. Tsitsipas tries to go up the line with the backhand. 3-4, so he stays in touching distance. Tsitsipas is still a break up though, and we roll forward in this set as we get towards the business end of it. And Sinner's doing his job on his serve now, which is good to see. But Tsitsipas still in control of this quarterfinal. Guys, thank you very much for tuning in as well. I can see there's, as always, quite a few of you in the chat, especially for these US Open streams, which is good to see. Thanks very much for tuning in. Let me know who you think is going to win. We've had quite a few votes so far as well. So 70% of you actually think Tsitsipas is going to win, which I think is understandable given how the match has gone so far. I think at the start it was actually a 50-50. So a couple of you have probably changed your allegiances, which is fine as well. You're allowed to do that. But yeah, please, guys, as well, if you don't mind, we've got 13 likes, but there's over 50 of you in the chat. So at least let's try and get 25 likes if possible. So if you don't mind helping us out, smash the like button. It really, really does help us out with the channel, helps us to grow, helps us with the algorithm and all sorts, according to YouTube. So yeah, if you don't mind helping us out with that, I'd really appreciate it. And same with subscribing to the channel. If you want more content like this, then get involved, become part of the QualityShot community. And yeah, get involved so that you have access to all the content, and click the notification bell as well to get alerted to all the new videos as well that we upload. We're doing multiple streams per day. We're going to be doing Felix versus Medvedev later on today. That's the plan, as long as this match doesn't take a lot out of me and it's not like a 5-set marathon, then that's the plan. So yeah, let's see how it goes. 4-3 here, Tsitsipas with new balls. Oh, tries to go big down the tee, but just missing that. So second serve here for Sinner. This is a big opportunity for him. Just make a little inroad if possible. Second serve, and he goes long with the return. Too many returns. Too many returns not made from Jannik Sinner. He's struggling a lot with the return. I think he's actually quite far up in the court, even for the first and second serve return, sorry. So if I'm him, then take a step back. Because clearly at the moment it's not working. He's not making any returns really. Better he makes some returns than none. Because at the moment it's very, very far and few between. It's a good serve against it, just outstretched, managing to get something on it. And it's a short ball. Tsitsipas goes into him with the forehand, then it's an easy smash in the end after Jannik Sinner tries to lob him. So 30 love here, and Tsitsipas very much in control of this game as well. Let's see, does he take a step back? Yeah, he does. He's staying a bit further back for the second serve, as he should. Yeah, good. Really good from Tsitsipas. Huge serve out wide, and Sinner goes down the middle with the forehand return. Tsitsipas steps in and puts it away with ease, going in to win or cross court even with the forehand into the open space. So 40 love here to Stefanos Tsitsipas. Goes down the middle, Backhand cross court from Sinner, not a lot of depth on it, but sticking the rally here. Tsitsipas makes the mistake though, going into out with the forehand, goes into the tram lines. So very, very interesting there. Tsitsipas just making the mistake. 4-3 though to Tsitsipas now. And 40-15, so 2 game points. And you just imagine he goes 5-3 up, and it's probably set, done, and dusted. I think if Sinner's going to break, he'd need to do it now, but we shall see. Let's see. 40-15 here. Second serve, yes, Sinner's gone back, but I think it's probably too little too late as he whips the forehand long. Matthew says, Sinner made this error at the US Open is only after he was 2 sets down to Zverev that he made the adjustment on the return position. Yeah, and that's the thing, right? I mean, if it's not working, the thing is, if you're not able to actually make the return, doesn't matter how short it is. Sorry, it doesn't matter, how aggressive you want to be and how proactive you want to be. If you're not actually making the return, it doesn't matter how far up you're on the court. You need to. It clearly wasn't working for him. Take a few steps back and just give yourself time. Then the reason why I get frustrated, with people like Nadal when they do step back is because when he does step forward, it's effective, which is why I want him to do it. But if it's not working for you, if you're not a good enough returner at this point, which he's not in his career, then he needs to give himself as much time as possible to actually make that return. Smash opportunity for Sinner, very impressive. Serve and then just pummeling the backhand corner of Tsitsipas, setting up an easy smash at the net. But yeah, I mean, I agree with you 100%, Matthew. I think, needs to look into that. His team should be telling him as well, look, if you're struggling to return and it's been 2 or 3 games in a row where literally you're barely making any returns, then adjust. Take a couple of steps back. Give yourself more time. It's better he makes a shorter return that's loopy rather than no return at all at the moment, which is what he's doing exactly. Ragmus points says, now according to you, who's going to win this game? It would be Tsitsipas at the moment. He's looking the stronger player for sure. Adil says, this match is now 60-40 Tsitsipas unless Sinner takes it to 5 sets. And Matthew says, so many were tipping Tsitsipas to be defeated by Sinner. They were. Even I was. I got a bit carried away. And I did say that Tsitsipas was the favourite for me, but apparently he wasn't in a lot of betting around the world, apparently, even though I don't really check that out. Oh, huge from Sinner. Goes out wide with the serve. Cross court from Tsitsipas, and Sinner goes down the line with the forehand. So 40 love. Definitely looking after his serve a lot better since we've restarted after the rain break. But yeah, a lot of people were. To be fair, I mean, I said he'd win in 4, and I just thought after that Fritz match as well would have taken a lot out of Tsitsipas. He's not playing his best tennis, but he's definitely risen a level in this match, I think. We've seen a level up for sure in this match compared to previous matches. Not many errors at all on the backhand side from Tsitsipas, which is impressive, and he struck it quite cleanly, and that's how you can tell he's playing well. Or has he made that? Oh, what a return winner from Tsitsipas. Second serve from Sinner. Tsitsipas gets round the backhand, hits an absolutely huge into-in forehand on the drive, and that's the type of into-in forehand you need to hit, right? And if you want to have success, and that's what Sinner wasn't doing. You're seeing a lot of into-in forehands, but it wasn't quite good enough, and straight into the strength of Tsitsipas, and then ended up losing the point. Big serve from Sinner, but it's a let. Zero Bob says Sinner is not winning this one. Yeah, he's not from this position. It looks very unlikely, but you never know. I mean, stranger things have happened. He can come from 2 sets of love down. I mean, Shapovalov did the other day against Nadal, to be fair. And actually, he would have won if he hadn't screwed it up in the 5th set. He completely, he messed it up for himself. I'm a Rafa fan, and I'm happy to admit that he got a bit fortunate. Oh, this is huge hitting from Tsitsipas. Really huge. A short forehand cross court from Sinner. And Tsitsipas obliges and goes huge with a forehand cross court. He's hitting the ball really cleanly, Tsitsipas, and this is the type of Tsitsipas that's dangerous. This is the type of Tsitsipas that might have some chance, at least against Medvedev. The Tsitsipas that's been playing in the other matches, would get destroyed. I think he's still the heavy underdog against Medvedev if he gets through this match, obviously. But he'll definitely have a better chance playing like this. Slice from Tsitsipas, good depth as well on that backhand slice. Then goes forehand on the line, but goes long. So it's a hold for Jannik Sinner, 4-5 here, and he'll force Tsitsipas to serve for this second set. He's doing his job now, which is much better. We'll see, I guess, in the third set how he copes. Obviously, in this one, he was hampered with the early break, even in this set, and the roof came on after that. So interesting to see whether the roof does make a big difference in the next set, where he wouldn't have had that break of serve, and whether he's able to start off well in that set. Because the problem is, in both of these sets, the first and second, it's that early break that's really killed him, and he hasn't managed to recover from there. If you're going to start off better in the third set, then you just never know. We'll see. Right, 5-4 here, and Tsitsipas will be serving for the set. Thank you to those who have liked the video. I do appreciate it. If you haven't done so, if you don't mind, please do smash the like button, thumbs up, really does help us out. If you are already a subscriber, thank you very much for returning, getting involved. And if you are not subscribed, please do. It's quick, it's free, it's easy, doesn't cost you anything. Really does help us out as well. And click the notification bell as well if you want to get alerted to all the new videos and streams by clicking the bell button. Zero Bob says Tsitsipas wins this set. Sinner needs to step it up next set. Agreed. Yep. I think he'll hold here. And then it's just that third set's going to be crucial. Big serve from Tsitsipas down the tee. And Sinner gets a racket on it, but it goes, well, absolutely nowhere near the direction of the net. It actually goes towards the crowd. Here you go, 15 love. Big from Tsitsipas out wide again. Exactly the same. Sinner gets a rack on it, goes into the crowd. 30 love. Ragmus Point says, feeling sad to see that Sinner is not winning this one. Well, yeah, not winning at the moment, but still time. Good slice serve out wide from Tsitsipas, but good return from Sinner, good depth. Wins the rally here now, forehand to forehand. Tsitsipas actually makes a mistake going long with that forehand cross court. So 30-15 here. But I tell you what, Tsitsipas, I haven't seen him play this well for a bit of time, I would say, actually, because obviously after Roland Garros, he had a big dip in form, mainly because he was injured. He had that elbow injury. I'm just wondering whether he's recovered from it now then, because, there was definitely concerns about it coming into this tournament, or kind of whispers about it really more than anything, that he might still have that niggle. Second serve into the backhand from Tsitsipas, and Sinner goes into the net with a backhand return, and that's a huge part of his game that needs to improve in the return game, because Tsitsipas is not the best returner, to be fair, either. Something to improve on, but he's returning. He looks like he is Novak Djokovic returning when he's playing against Sinner at the moment. Or backhand, cross court, here we go, set points here, 2 set points, slice from Sinner, cross court slices again, this time down the line. Tsitsipas whips the forehand, cross court, it's too short. Sinner steps in and goes down the line with a forehand. A big fist bump from the Italian. He saves 1 set point, but Tsitsipas will have another opportunity here to seal the deal. 40-30, surely he gets it done here, you'd imagine. I love the Greek fans in the crowd, so expressive. Quite a few Australian Greeks, I think, if I'm not mistaken. Here we go. Second set point for the Greek. Big serve down to Sinner, clips the line actually there. Here we go. Into the rally. Huge from Tsitsipas. And Sinner goes into the tram lines cross court. A huge jump up from Tsitsipas. 6-3, 6-4. He's taken his first and second sets. And we're going into a third set, and he's 1 set away from a semi-final here at the Australian Open. And another one it would be as well, after obviously making it last year. Well, let's go into set 2. 2 aces for Sinner, 1 for Tsitsipas. In terms of first serve percentage, look at that from Tsitsipas at 81%. That is really phenomenal in terms of the amount of first serves made. for Jannik Sinner. That's a big improvement, to be fair to him. He was serving at a 48% first serve percentage in the first set. So it's trending in the right direction, the first serve percentage. Hopefully, he can increase it even more in the third set. First serve points won, good for both, but 81% obviously the bigger figure there. And second serve points won, they've both been pretty solid behind it. I think they'll also both be, well, I don't think Tsitsipas as much, but I'm sure Jannik Sinner will be disappointed that he's not done well enough on the second serve of Tsitsipas. Tsitsipas had that one break point, managed to take it straight away. That's been the difference. And winners and unforced errors, even for both. 7 winners to 7 unforced errors for Sinner, 11 winners to 11 unforced errors for Tsitsipas. I want to see, actually, have we had... Yeah, so look at that breakpoint saved. He hasn't had to save a single breakpoint yet, Tsitsipas. Sinner only 2. That probably highlights the kind of where we're at with these guys in terms of their returning games, to be honest with you. Both guys' return games needs to improve. But as I said, Tsitsipas looking the much better returner, which is not something you would say in a lot of matchups. But Sinner's returning is just so. What is so? Yeah, it's the right way of saying it, to be fair. It is so. But yeah. Of course, it's not over yet, though. He is 2 sets of love up here, Tsitsipas, but needs to get it done here now. Matthew says, Sinner, as shown in that last game, can be so powerful in the ground stroke exchanges. Problem is, his reaction speed seems so flat-footed on return. The issue is it doesn't seem like he's on his toes. I don't really know whether he splits stepping. It's something he clearly needs to improve on. But it's not something you can just change, I think, in this match. So as we said, and you rightfully pointed out, he needs to just adjust his return position. And if it means that occasionally hits a return shorter, doesn't matter if he's hitting 50% more returns, because at the moment he's not hitting many balls back. And Tsitsipas is getting a lot of free points on his first serve and even on his second serve at times. Katri Heman says Sinner wins 2 sets, maybe. So I think maybe predicting that it's going to be 5 sets. We'll find out. Yeah. Just in terms of time, I'm kind of don't mind if Tsitsipas wins this in straight sets, but I'm trying to think whether I'm able to get a short nap in before the next match, but I feel like I'm not going to be able to, am I? Sukhjinder Singh says, who's the winner? No winner yet, buddy. Tsitsipas is 2 love up in sets, but we're into a third set here. Sinner starts us off. Sinner going cross court with the forehand. Tsitsipas going down the middle with that forehand as well. Or big from Sinner, and Tsitsipas goes wide with the forehand. So 15 love here. As you can see in those exchanges, he's definitely got the ability to win those ground stroke exchanges, as Matthew said, but the issue is trying to actually get to that in the first place, which is easier said than done, I think, for the Italian. Big from Sinner out wide, and Tsitsipas goes long with the backhand. So 30 love here, and Jannik Sinner very much in control of this game so far. The thing is, if he's in front as well, it will put scoreboard pressure on Tsitsipas if he's able to just keep nudging in front. Obviously, he's been broken early in both of those first 2 sets, so he just needs to avoid getting broken in his first 2 service games. Good serve down the middle of the box into the body of Tsitsipas, into out from the Greek player, then goes into it again, backhand from Sinner, really backing himself on that side, which is good. Good cross-court backhand, then goes forehand into the net. See, there we can see Sinner's backhand actually being really reliable, hitting it really cleanly, and then on the forehand side, making that mistake. Interestingly, because see most people you associate their forehand being their strength, but last year anyway, and now it seems like it's more of an even Stevens thing. But before, his backhand for me was definitely his strength. 30-15 here for Jannik Sinner. Tries to go big out wide and just missing that one. It's a second serve here. Goes down the tee with that second serve, then goes into out with the forehand slice from Tsitsipas. Sinner goes into out. It's a drop shot. Drop shot from Tsitsipas, just not quite good enough. Venu says, good morning, Venu. How you doing? 40-15 here, and Jannik Sinner very much in the mix at least in this set, right? Just needs to hold early on. His 2 sets of love down here, needs to just get it done on his serve, try and give himself the best possible opportunity to come back in to this match. Backhand up the line from Tsitsipas, just missing that tram line. I'm sure Venu's enjoying the Tsitsipas one-hander, and it's 1-love to Sinner here, and on serve, managing to do his job. And the one-hander from Tsitsipas is very aesthetically pleasing, isn't it, to say the least? So, and as I said, I don't think he's hit a huge amount of errors. Of course, he just hit one there, but overall, it's been pretty good. It's been pretty damn good, and that's a positive for Stefanos Tsitsipas. The fact that he's been striking the ball as cleanly on both sides as we'd expect from him to be as well, especially when he's playing near his top level anyway. I don't think he's still at his optimum level, but he's close to that, I would say. I felt like he was playing around maybe 75% for most of the tournament. They do say that you don't want to peak too early as well, so that's probably one thing to note. And now into this game, I feel like he's more at 85%. Stefanos Tsitsipas. Big serve down the tee from the Greek player, then goes forehand cross court. Good from Sinner going cross court, dragging him out wide. Then backhand Tsitsipas, beautiful backhand cross court from the Greek player. And Sinner goes into the net, 15-love to the Greek player. Rennie says, loving the one-hander. Yeah, I thought you would. Yeah, and that was a fantastic one-hander just there from Tsitsipas. Beautiful backhand cross court. Great shape on that shot. 15-love. Tsitsipas goes down the tee. Sorry, goes out wide even, just missing it. Forehand from Tsitsipas as well, such a weapon. Not a bad forehand to watch as well. You know, second serve goes into the backhand of Sinner. Really good return from the Italian. Much better. Haven't seen many returns like that. Good angle found. And Tsitsipas tries to go up the line with the backhand, but goes into the net. So 15 all. And a little fist bump there from the young Italian. 69% of you as well saying Tsitsipas to win. 31% Jannik Sinner. Big serve from Tsitsipas down the tee, but missed it. So second serve here now. Pressure. Goes into the forehand. Very good forehand return. Oh, I tell you what, that is an unbelievable forehand from Tsitsipas. It was a second serve, and I tell you what, it was a very good second serve return from Jannik Sinner. Very good depth, but Tsitsipas read it so nicely, and he hits this beautiful forehand on the half volley for a winner down the line. Sinner smiling to his box just to say, you know what, that was too good. There's nothing I can do about that. Big serve out wide from Tsitsipas. 40-15 as Sinner cannot get that return back in play, and that one was understandable. But a positive sign from this game, even though it looks like he's going to end up losing the return game, Sinner, is that he's returned much better in this game. Needs to return at this type of level in every game. Yeah, big from Tsitsipas down the tee at the 40-15 mark. Going down the tee from the juice side, and an ace for the Greek player. So 1-all here. Good hold as well. Hold to 15. And just make sure that Sinner knows, look, I'm still the dog here. I'm still the guy who's in the lead. You're not going to get away with just being able to have any breakpoint opportunities. He hasn't had a single one in this whole match, Sinner. Big serve down the tee from Sinner, but going long to second serve here now. Tsitsipas surely going to try and cash in here. Yeah, down the middle of the box. Forehand goes up the line, then into out from Sinner. Good depth found on that forehand. Backhand to backhand here now. Short from Sinner though. And Tsitsipas goes into him with a forehand, goes into it again. Beautiful from the Greek player. Really big hitting from the back of the court. Tsitsipas looking good from there. And it's interesting because, a lot of people going into this, the reason why they probably would have backed Sinner is because they expected him to win the majority of the exchanges from the back of the court. And when I mean exchanges, I mean the ones going, 4 or 5 shots or more. But actually, Tsitsipas has had his fair share of points won from there, if not being more dominant in those rallies, which is impressive. Big serve from Sinner down T. Good return from Tsitsipas, good depth. Then goes cross court with a forehand. Sinner goes long, so love 30 here. This is a huge, huge game now. This is exactly the same point that Sinner got broken at in the second set. And something clearly about the first and second service games for Sinner that he struggles with. I don't know whether it's a mental thing more than anything. You'd imagine it probably is. Right, here we go. Love 30. Tsitsipas has got opportunities here to open up some sort of break point, whether it's 1 or 2. Big serve, really big serve from Jannik Sinner. Goes down the tee, 15-30. Very big fist clench to his box there to say, yeah, I've got this. I'm not going to let him have anything easy. Not going to give him the break. Well, I'm not going to give it to him and just hand it over anyway. 15-30 here. Or goes out wide, big kick serve from Sinner, huge into-in forehand, then drives the forehand. Tsitsipas goes up the line. What a backhand! Oh my gosh, that is absolutely incredible from Tsitsipas. Unbelievable backhand, and it is almost, dare I say it, but Federer-esque in the way he's hit that. It was a good serve actually from Sinner. He sat at the point nice with a huge into-in forehand, came forward with a drive forehand. It's actually not the wrong play. I think the drive forehand is just not quite good enough. It's not really in the corner enough, and maybe should have gone cross court with it. Tsitsipas gets across so nicely and hits an absolute screamer of a backhand down the line. He opens up 2 breakpoint opportunities here. Sinner goes down the tee. It's a slice return from Tsitsipas. Shorter backhand cross court from Sinner. Tsitsipas goes cross court with a backhand, forehand down the middle. Same for Sinner. Here we go, cross court. Oh, and Sinner, he just capitulates, forehand into the net. And that is really, really, really disappointing because he had a really good return game in the previous game. Then on this serve, he's just handed the break really to Tsitsipas. The backhand was phenomenal from Tsitsipas to set up the 2 break points. But every time he's had a break point to save Sinner, he's handed over straight away. He hasn't been able to save any break points, if I'm not mistaken, in this match so far. And he's just, the resilience is not there from Sinner, and definitely capitulating under the pressure, which is surprising because he looks like quite a mentally strong player. But I think maybe the pressure of being in the quarterfinals and potentially going into, I think he probably would have seen that he was, in some people's book anyway, the favorite. That would have definitely affected him for sure, which is a big shame because, look, he's got the ability to do well here. But at the moment, Tsitsipas very much in control. Adil says Tsitsipas is changing a gear now, playing in beast mode, looking to get it done in this set. Yeah, and it looks like he will break up here. So needs to be careful, of course. But at the moment, he's definitely stepped it up. Zero Bob says, yeah, great performance here. Yeah, you can't disagree, right? I mean, I think there were some question marks around how he's performed in this Australian Open. Not to say that he's performed badly, but just not played as well as he has. Just not playing as well as he has. Previously and up until that Roland Garros final already. Here we go. 2-1 big from Tsitsipas down the tee. Matthew says, I only started watching when midpoint in the second set. Currently, Stefanos is looking Federer-like. He's so dialed in. Commentators saying it's the best they've seen him. I don't think it's the best. I personally don't think it's the best I've seen him. But it's definitely close to it. I'd say he's about 85%, whereas I feel like he's been playing about 70 or 75% throughout the whole tournament. That's a big serve from Stefanos Tsitsipas out wide. Sinner gets to return back in, but it's relatively short. Tsitsipas goes in to win with the forehand. Huge stuff, 30 love here, and just cruising through this. He's really just, I mean, he's in the zone to say the least. And Matthew rightfully saying he looks very dialed in. Or Sinner going wide with the forehand and he puts his hands on his hips. He just looks a bit dejected. I think this could be done this set. I don't see Sinner opening up any more break points or any break points, to be honest with you, which is a shame because he hasn't really given himself much of a chance. Matthew says Steph's seen the ball like a football. Yeah, agreed. Backhand as well. And look, as I've said in other streams, Stefanos Tsitsipas just goes long with that forehand, so 40-15, 2 game points still though. In other streams, and I'll say it because it's true. For anyone whose backhand is not their strength, which is about 95% of people on tour, when their backhand is firing and they're hitting it cleanly and they're managing to, hit winners off it and be comfortable hitting that stroke, hitting a lot of depth on it with velocity, then you know that they're in form. Oh, unbelievable from Sinner. Unbelievable. It's a serve out wide, short return from Sinner. Tsitsipas comes up in the court, hits a forehand approach to the forehand of Sinner. Sinner slaps it past him. Unbelievable pass from Sinner. And basically the mirror image of that Tsitsipas passing shot in the last game. But this time, not on the backhand for Sinner, but on the forehand. Ridiculous stuff. 40-30 here, though. Can he put pressure on Tsitsipas here? This is it. If he's going to do it, he'll need to probably get the break here, you'd imagine. Second serve. Here we go. This is a chance. Can he take him to juice now? Make something of this. Huge into out forehand from Tsitsipas. Goes into in. Oh, he's missed the into in forehand. That's a big mistake. Now, do we have... Oh, okay. He's getting a bit annoyed with himself. He needs to... See, so he's been redialed in. We haven't seen any of that kind of petulance towards himself, really, more than anyone. But at juice now here, Sinner looks very much like this is the moment now. Can he open up a break point even? Because at the moment it's juice. He hasn't managed to open up any opportunities to break. This could be it. Big serve out wide. Tsitsipas comes forward, shorter ball, forehand goes. Always cut the baseline with a volley there and puts away the second volley. Tsitsipas very fortunate there. He was tight there. The forehand clipped the baseline, so did the first volley. The second volley manages to put away easily. Let's have a look. The forehand down the line. It wasn't a great forehand. The first volley hits the baseline, gets a bit fortunate with it, and then the second one just puts it away. So impressive. Adil says if this was a football match, it would have been a shot. Greece beating Italy. Lol, it's true. Advantage to Tsitsipas. Can he find that big first serve? No, he can't. Matthew says, on this showing, would Steph have a chance against Medvedev? I think he always has a chance. I think Medvedev's still the favourite. That's what I'm saying. I don't think he's played so well that I'm like, oh my God, he's going to give Medvedev fits. I don't think so. Into in from Tsitsipas, huge forehand, shorter ball from Sinner. Tsitsipas comes up in the court and puts it away into out. I think Tsitsipas on clay is always going to be super. He will always have a winning record against Medvedev on clay. On the hard course, I just can't see Tsitsipas ever having a winning record against Medvedev, though. I just feel that the styles that they both have, Medvedev has the better style for the surface. So, yeah, shot after the first serve. Look at that, 92% of forehands hit. So he's hit 92% of his 1+ shots as forehands. Tsitsipas. No wonder Sinner hasn't opened up a break point. That's one to do with good movement, of course, from Tsitsipas, but two because of the poor returning from Sinner. Backhand to backhand rally here. Oh, beautiful backhand on the line from Tsitsipas. It's a smash opportunity, is it? No, it's not. That was really good striking from Tsitsipas, going cross court, backhand to backhand. And as I said, that was the one exchange that I thought Sinner could win, to be fair, and quite dominantly in this match. But Tsitsipas has really stepped up on the backhand side and the backhand up the line as well. has been really impressive when he's changed direction at times, and that's exactly what won him that point just there. Love 15, sorry, even here. Sinner struggling behind his serve here. Big serve down the tee. Or Tsitsipas with an unbelievable return. Whips the forehand into win on the return, and it clips the baseline. Unbelievable stuff from Stefanos Tsitsipas. Really impressive. Really, really impressive. Good to see as well, to be honest with you. That's what you like to see. Zero says he's pretty accurate with the one-handed backhand, yeah. And he's not always, to be fair. It can be very inconsistent, but in this match, he's been very good. In saying that, though, just hit a backhand into the net, Stefanos Tsitsipas. So 15-30 here. Sinner looking gets broken here, Sinner, and goes 4-1 down and a double break. That's it. I mean, he's done, right? Adil says 3 games away for Tsitsipas. Great performance by him. Yeah, not over yet, but definitely in the home stretch. If he just manages to be solid enough and consistent enough, he should get over the line pretty soon. Here you go, Sinner going out wide with the serve and then flicking. Oh my God, flicking the forehand into the crowd. Beautiful backhand return from Tsitsipas, clipping the baseline there. Really impressive returning from Tsitsipas. He just looks like he's close to being the best version of himself in this match, and that's a great thing to see. And I'm hoping that he takes this version and plays like this, if not better, against Medvedev, because if he does, then we will have an exciting match on our hands at least. You go 15-40 backhand down the middle from Tsitsipas, then goes cross court with it. Backhand to backhand here now. Yeah, Tsitsipas hitting that backhand, confident with it, then goes into win with a forehand. Cross court goes Sinner. Tsitsipas goes cross court as well, backhand down the middle, and Sinner makes a mistake. Oh, he's made a huge mistake there. Sinner goes into win, goes into the tram lines, 4-1, and Tsitsipas is in the he's in the driving seat. Yep. Alzira Abaquada says, yep, it's 6-3, 6-4, 4-1 to Tsitsipas so far. So he's a double break up and he'll serve for 5-1 here. This match looks like it's dead and buried, honestly, unless Sinner can do something incredible in the next 3 games, really, because he would need to get a double break back and then obviously hold serve in between that. If he manages to get to 4-3, even then he'd get to 4-3 and then have to hold serve again. As he says, Tsitsipas leads 4-1. He does. Yep, says it right on the scorecard on the stream. But yeah, very well said. Thank you as well, guys, for tuning in. I really appreciate it. Great to have you all on. I can see there's some new faces as well in the chat, so that's good. Always great to see old faces, mediums faces, and old, relatively recent, and recent faces in the chat. So thank you very much for tuning in. Do appreciate it. Thank you to those who have already liked the video. If you don't mind and haven't done so, because there are over 50 of you in the chat, please do smash the like button if you don't mind. It really does help us out. It doesn't cost anything, doesn't affect you, just helps us out with YouTube, the algorithm, and growing. And same with subscribing as well. If you don't mind clicking the big red button to subscribe to the channel, again, doesn't cost you anything, but really, really does help us out. And click the bell notification if you want to get alerted to these videos. 4-1 and Tsitsipas with a first serve here after hitting a let. And it also says Tsitsipas versus Medvedev is going to be a great match if Medvedev wins later. Zero Bob says a lot of value on 6-1 Tsitsipas. Zero Bob seems like he's in tune with his betting self, that's for sure. Adil says 18 likes, 50 in chat, 18 out of 50. Exactly. Come on, guys, like this video. Thank you. Thank you. I do appreciate it. But yeah, please smash the like button, please. The big thumbs up button doesn't cost you anything. Come on. And it does help us out. Second serve, and Sinner goes into him with the backhand. Cross court goes Tsitsipas. Sinner clips the baseline with the backhand. Does he? Oh, he doesn't. He goes long. He goes long. Alex Sanchez, thanks for joining, says how many sets are in a game? Do you mean how many games? I think he means how many sets are in a match. So It's a best of 5 match, Alex. So Tsitsipas is 2 sets to love up. He's 4-1 up here now in this set. So if he wins this set, it will be game, set, and match, figuratively and literally, to Tsitsipas. So he's really 2 games away. He needs to, if he can win 6-1, 6-2, 6-3, 6-4, doesn't matter. Most likely he's going to win because he's a double break up here as well. Serve. Big serving down the tee from Tsitsipas. Huge from the juice side. 40 love, and he's cruising here. Zero Bob says most likely 6-2. And our Zero says, yep, I think it might be 6-1, to be honest with you. I think he might break him again. Here we go. Big serve again at Weiss, and Sinner goes into the net. Oh, 5-1. And it says, thanks for the advice, just barely getting into tennis. No problem. Ask me any questions you want, Alex, in the chat, and I'm happy to explain it to you. To be honest with you, I have a lot of people who are relatively new to tennis. Also, we cover cricket on the channel as well. As some people that are relatively new to cricket, they ask a lot of questions in the streams or comment on videos. So if you have any questions about the match and are unsure about stuff, ask in the chat, and I'm sure either someone else in the chat will answer you, or I will as well. I try and get to everyone's comments in the chat, no matter how many people are in the chat. If it's even like 250 people, I try to get to every comment, as long as it's not a like a duplicate or the same question or same comment. So yeah, feel free to ask away, buddy. No problem at all. All right, here we go. 5-1 new balls here for Sinner, though. Goes big down the tee. Good start for him. And I love what I don't understand, right, is the fist bump when you're 5-1 down. That kind of makes no sense to me. I do like Jannik Sinner. I absolutely love the way that he plays. I love his energy for the most part as well. But I know he's just serving ace down the tee, but you're 5-1 down and 2 sets down. It's a bit like, you shouldn't really be celebrating, should you? You should just be saying, okay, I'm getting on with it. Cross court goes Sinner with the forehand, and then Tsitsipas into the net with that forehand down the line. Looks a bit disappointed with himself, but I mean, he should be happy with himself as well. Really strange reactions from both. You'd expect Tsitsipas to be a bit more cheery and Sinner less cheery, but it's the opposite. Adil says 5-1 now, game away from winning, game over. Or big serve though from Sinner. He's getting his job done here, trying to force Tsitsipas to serve for the set, which is what you want. You want to just, say, look, I'm going to put the pressure and onus on you. I'm not going to give you this match by getting broken again here. 40 love. Tries to go big out wide, Sinner, but goes into the net, so it'll be a second serve here now. Goes into the body of Tsitsipas, into out forehand. Good, very good forehand from Sinner into win, and Tsitsipas slices long. So that's 5-2, and Stefanos Tsitsipas very much in control here. He'll now serve for the match at 5-2. And yeah, he's played some really good tennis. He's played some very, very good tennis. The backhand's been firing, which, as I said, I think is a definite sign of the type of form that he's in and how he's feeling physically and mentally as well. The serve's been very good, and it'll be interesting to go through the stats for the match. I don't think he has played as well as maybe we think. Obviously, the scoreline suggests he's played incredibly well. But in saying that, yeah, he's still played well. Alex says if Tsitsipas wins this round, the game is over. Yeah, so I'll quickly, because it'll take me like 2 seconds. So in tennis, Alex, so each time someone serves, so like, for example, we just saw Sinner serve, right? And then he went, it was 5-1, he went to 5-2. Each service is called a game, and then the whole event is called a match, right? So in tennis, the whole event is a match. Games are like 1 love, 2 love, for example, 6-3. So he won that set 6 games to 3 games. So if Tsitsipas wins this game on his serve, which he's about to now, he's about to serve now, then yes, he will win this match, and it will be a match over, I guess. I'm not always saying game over because it sounds confusing, because there's games within the match, if that makes sense. Big serve out wide, and Tsitsipas goes into out with a forehand. 15 love, good start. Let me know if that makes sense, Alex, as well. Any more questions, feel free to shoot. Zero Bob says straight sets. Wow, thought it would be a bit closer. Yeah, I thought it'd be 4 sets, but actually, ironically, to Jannik Sinner, just because I wasn't sure exactly what level we'd see from Tsitsipas, but he's definitely risen to the occasion. Good serve down the tee from Tsitsipas, then goes in to win with the forehand, goes down the line with the forehand. Short though from Tsitsipas, and Sinner pushing him back. Eventually, Tsitsipas succumbing to the pressure and hitting that backhand into the tram lines. So 15 all here. And Sinner, I mean, rightfully so, will just come out swinging, right? I mean, he's got nothing to lose. He's expected to lose this game and this set. Let's see. Now, he says, I think Sinner and FAA will come good, but maybe another 2 years before they're serious contenders for majors. Yeah, I think Shapovalov is another one, but he's a bit different because he's so erratic. I think for him, he needs to just have 2 weeks where he plays incredibly well. Good serve out wide from Tsitsipas, and then goes into it with the forehand after a short return from Jannik Sinner. So 30-15 here and 2 points away from winning this game and winning this match. Yeah, they're definitely but with Shapovalov, he has such a big game that you just feel like with him, all it takes is for him to just have, but he would need to have a blind of over 2 weeks, which can happen. He got a big serve out wide from Tsitsipas, and then Sinner doing really well in the rally, just pushing Tsitsipas back, and eventually he goes forehand into the tram line. So 30 all, he's not going to let him have this easily as you would expect. But I guess it's almost similar to someone earlier. I think it was zero. Was it zero? No, it wasn't. It was Kadir actually said that Swiatek redlined at the French Open in 2020, I think it was, wasn't it? Yeah, Roland Garros. She just had 2 weeks where she played unbelievably well, and I feel like Shapovalov can do that. Big serve from Tsitsipas down the tee, and Sinner goes long, so 40-30 and match point here now. Saying yes, now that makes sense. Games are in a match. Yeah, you got it. You got it. Match point here. Here we go to seal the deal. Tsitsipas. Oh, tries to go huge with the serve out wide and overcooks it by quite a bit. Goes very long. Second serve here. Goes into the backhand of Sinner, cross court with that backhand. Goes down the middle with the forehand, then into win with that forehand of Tsitsipas. Tsitsipas goes down the middle of the forehand. Sinner makes the mistake, goes into the tram lines with the backhand. And Tsitsipas has got it done here and got it done in straight sets. A very impressive victory for the Greek player. He wins 6-3, 6-4, 6-2. And you can just see the gulf between the two. Tsitsipas, he's definitely risen his level to this occasion, and he will go on to play either Medvedev or FAA in the semi-finals. An impressive performance, as some people were saying, some of the best tennis they've seen him play. For me, not the best tennis I've seen him play, but very close to it. And he's definitely trending in the right direction to hopefully peak for that semi-final. Especially if he's playing against Medvedev, he'll need his best tennis to have a chance of winning that. Sinner, you look very exciting, very exciting, and throws his cap into the crowd. He's an exciting young talent for sure, but he's got a very interesting couple of years ahead of him. You would imagine he's such a good player, Jannik Sinner, but some bits and pieces to improve on for sure. Tsitsipas still has some bits to improve on, but for Sinner, there's some glaring holes in his game that needs to be improved. But in terms of a talent, he's one of the hottest talents, and that's why he's made the quarterfinals here, because he is such a incredible talent to behold. Zero Ball says, man, I think Medvedev to win in 4. I think you're in the semi-final. Well, Medvedev needs to come through FA first, so that will be on in a bit. So, guys, I'm going to go through the stats. Then I'm going to love you and leave you because I'm going to be covering Medvedev versus Felix. So if you're interested in watching Medvedev versus Felix for a watch-along, then we will be doing that on this channel. Let's go through the stats, though, first. So in terms of the stats for the match, You can see here 4 aces for each, which is quite impressive, by the way, from Sinner's point of view, because, as I said, his serve's definitely improved. 1 double fault for Sinner, 2 for Tsitsipas. In terms of first serve percentages, so the amount of first serves in, Tsitsipas with a slight advantage there at 68%. First serve points 1, a slight advantage here again for Tsitsipas at 79%. And second serve points 1 again, you can see their slight advantage at 60% to 54%. In terms of break points converted, you can see, look at that. Sinner didn't open up a single break point the whole match, which is really poor. And in terms of conversions, Tsitsipas had 4 opportunities and he took each one at the first time of asking. Sinner, though, had a lot to do with that, a lot of errors in those break points, and he'll be disappointed with that. He'll also be slightly disappointed with his winners to unforced errors ratio, 18 winners to 22 unforced errors. Obviously, you want to be trending in the direction of having more winners and unforced errors, which Tsitsipas had here, 30 winners to 28 unforced errors. So not the best I've seen him play, but definitely, close. And I think he played the pressure points extremely well. In terms of net points as well, I'm always interested in that. Sinner doing quite well, 67%, but only came to net 6 times. For Tsitsipas, he came to the net 17 times, only winning 10 of those points, though. So interesting stat there. Thank you very much, guys, for tuning in. Really, really do appreciate it. Do get involved if you're interested in seeing Medvedev versus Felix later on today. I think it'll be in about an hour's time, an hour and 15 maybe. But yeah, do get involved in that. Thank you, guys. I really do appreciate it. Please do remember to like the video, subscribe to the channel as well to help support us. We really do appreciate it. And do click the bell button if you want to get alerted to all the new videos that we upload. Thank you very much. Stay safe and well, and we'll see you on the next video. Thank you. And hopefully see you for Medvedev versus Felix.